on, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of our Inter-Career Mode, and today we have got 4 pretty massive games. We're going to play 3 of them, of course, in Sim 1. We've got Milan, we've got Lazio, we're going to Sim Sampdoria at the weekend, and then we've got a massive game against Barcelona to start off the group, a tough group, so we're going to have to get some points against some of these bigger teams. Now, before we start, someone in the comments, I've forgotten your name, unfortunately. If you see this, you definitely will. Just go ahead and see it in the comments or write it down in the comments so I can pin your comment. But he's asked that we add a couple of youth scouts and set them up in specific places. One being Venezuela. I believe he was Venezuelan American, is what he was saying. Here we go. For 9 months, see if we can bring in any talent from there, as well as Slovakia. Because I believe he wanted to see the next Skriniar. If I believe it's Skriniar, I believe he's Slovakian. Either way, those were the 2 countries, and we've got our scouts setting up in those 2 countries. And hopefully we can bring in some good talent, and hopefully we're here long enough to go ahead and use some of that talent. Unfortunately, this is kind of a race to win those trophies, so if they don't come quick, we may not be able to get to them, but we'll make sure to keep rolling along with that. And if you want to see it on our Watford save, because we are coming to the end of our Watford season, we may just add it into the next season, and we can add it there too. But we're going to start away to Milan, our first real proper test. Hopefully, of course, we do well. Derby, a tough derby, of course. We are going to change out the left back here and bring in Baragi, I believe is who we were going to bring in. And that is who we are going to bring in. I thought we had another left back. Not that it matters too much, but everyone else is mostly fit. Someone told me about this lad right here. It is Isaac in Swedish. I didn't think it was originally. We were calling him Ishak, but Isaac will be what it is. But only one change. Hopefully we can do something in this derby, a very tough game here, of course, playing in the same stadium, these two very big rivals, a massive game, especially since we both started with maximum points from 3 games, so it's a lot on the line just early on in the season. Let's jump into it. Inter Milan. Some good players on this Milan team. My thing with Milan is that every year they buy 11 new players who they think are going to be starters, and then they kind of just mix and match, and it doesn't seem like anything ever gets done. And it kind of puts them in a really weird position. But Barella is zipping forward as we look for the first opportunity of the day. And that ball can be played into Lautaro Martinez. And Lautaro Martinez is going to get an early opportunity. He's going to grab an early goal. Milan being the home team today. Not too much noise here, but a massive goal early on here. Lautaro Martinez played in, and he finishes it off very nicely right into the bottom corner. Donnarumma cannot get there. It's a really lovely finish. And what a really good early start here. And it's just what we're looking for. This is a good finish. Just, a lot of players in that position always go low. And if you're not in the right spot, it gets kicked. If you just loft it just about a foot or 2 off the ground like Lautaro did there, they have to go out and save it. Couldn't that time Donnarumma. And we've got an early goal. We win that there. We can. It's nicely played forward here. Eriksson. Can he get it out there to Lukaku? He can. And Lukaku does well to push himself forward inside. He gets it across, and it's Baragi coming in for Asamoah today. It's 2-0 after 15 minutes. And Milan very much on the ropes early on here. What a start we've made. And Lukaku does so well. He skips inside. All muscle right there from Lukaku. And when he gets running, he's difficult to stop. And Baragi making the perfect run. And it's a tap-in for the left back in the end. No chance for Donnarumma. And an early 2-0 lead. Nicely taken away there. Lautaro can't quite get onto it, but Lukaku does. Lukaku holds onto it. He's such a strong guy, Lukaku. Martinez. Coming back. Can he get it in? He can. Brozovic. In a good spot. Gets it across. Eriksson. Not very far away, that. It looked like he might put it on target, but it's just past the post. Gets it back forward. Nicely done. And there's plenty of space out here for Baragi. He's had a pretty big start to us today, and it's another goal. I couldn't even couldn't find a word for what Baragi was doing today. Um, I still can't think of one, but he's been heavily involved. That's probably what I was looking for, and he just slides that across to Lukaku, taps in. It's a very much like what Lukaku did for Baragi, but Baragi this time giving it back to Lukaku. And we are 3-0 up, and Milan have been so poor. And this is... I don't know. Milan in real life are kind of like this. It just feels really weird. There's no... They're always super disjointed. And it feels like that mainly because they're switching managers and players all the time. But it feels like that in-game, and they're struggling to keep up with us. Nicely done. Dealt with. Nicely played forward as well. Can we get that through to Lukaku? And this is where Lukaku is dangerous, running away. And Lukaku here, can he add a fourth? That's a great save. Donnarumma doing really, really well. And Lukaku, that is where he's at his most dangerous, for those who don't think he's any good. And that's why it was such a bad spell, I feel, at Manchester United. They were just using him wrong. Using him as a target man, trying to use him almost... like an Andy Carroll type. He's not like that. He needs to be running. He needs to be moving with the ball. And he's incredibly dangerous. See him at Belgium. See him for Belgium, where he gets to run with the ball. He's incredibly dangerous. One more. Ishak. This is good football here. Can we play it through to Lukaku? We can. And Lukaku can turn inside. Does so well, Lukaku. It's blocked away. It's a great save. I thought Isaac, I keep saying Ishak, I'm so used to that, I'm not sure why, but Isaac cannot quite get to the rebound, and Lukaku's in again here, and he has a shot, it's blocked away, and Isaac once again, not close enough, very close, but can't quite finish it off. Nice play forward. There's a minute to go here, and we are cruising to what was probably going to be the most comfortable this game probably could have gone in my wildest dreams. Very comfortable. We played very, very well, very efficient, and in front of goal, finishing off our chances as well, and it's a comfortable 3-0 win here over our rivals Milan. And our boos around the stadium, but our little pocket in this, our same home stadium, our little pocket's very good. I've actually not seen how that game sits when it comes to fans when they play each other. I'm not so sure if they give just a chunk to Inter and the rest to Milan. I'm not so sure how that works. I would think myself that they both get like the normal home and away treatment, where there's the home fans and then they get the away team gets a little pocket, and then the rest is whoever gets the ticket first. I'm not so sure, but it is what it is, and we've played very well there, and we've done well. We're up at 90 manager rating here. We're sit atop Serie A at the moment. Juventus haven't played yet. Roma are also with us on 12, so we're ahead of them on goal difference. But in Italy, there are a lot of teams that are kind of similar, especially in game. Milan, Juventus, Roma, Inter, Lazio, Napoli as well. They're all kind of really good in game. Juventus maybe a touch better, but there are a lot of good teams that we have to deal with here. But everyone seems fit, and we're going to play everyone because we're going to sim the Sampdoria game. We may play a rotated side for that, but then we'll also have the Barcelona game, and they'll all be fit for that as well. So we're going to start the starters again, and everyone should be okay, so we'll see what happens. But let's jump into it. Another tough game. Lazio, Inter. Let's go. Oh, nicely done by Correa, who is a proper good player. Oh, can't quite get there. It's good football here from Lazio, and it's a good finish as well. 1-0 to Lazio. They're going to be difficult. It's Goetze with the goal. They're going to be difficult to beat here today. If you weren't here last year, we did do a Lazio career mode. They start out as a really good team. They just start as a really good team. That's lovely football. And Goetze with a finish that brings them back a couple of years. And after 15 minutes, it's 1-0 to Lazio. Good football here. There's a lot of space once again. And Lucas is on it, and Lucas has grabbed a goal of all people. It's 2-0 to Lazio, and we've barely had a sniff going forward. Their 5 at the back is causing us a load of problems. It's 2-0. It's good football once again, and that's pretty much the same move there. They pass it to the early guy there who draws the center back away, and that diagonal run causing us problems, and Lucas, of all people, smashing that home. It really should be doing better at the near post, but another for Lazio, and it's 2-0. Nicely done, Lukaku. Holding on to it nicely, and there's space here for Martinez, and Martinez is in on goal here, and he goes for it, and he's found it, and our first proper attempt on goal that has worked there. Goalkeeper has found the back of the net, and we have pulled it back here, or pulled one back at least. It's 2-1, and a good start to the second half. It's good football here, good movement, and he's just dragged the center back out. That's what you have to do when you play these 5 at the back teams. You got to drag their center backs forward and run into those gaps. We've done it there. Not great goalkeeping, is it? But Lautaro Martinez won't care, and neither will we. And it's 2-1. Comes out here, looped over, and he's not going to get there. Oh, how is he beaten to it? It's 3-1 to Lazio. What has happened there? Are you serious? How is he beaten to that? He loops it over, and then he's won it there, and then that center back doesn't chase. He would have gotten there first, man. And then he just slides it across, and Correa slams it into an empty net, and they restore their 2-goal lead just like that. How in the world has the center back not gone for that, and how has the other player been beaten inside? Unbelievable goal to concede. It's 3-1 to Lazio with a half hour to go. Martinez gets played forward to him. He cuts back inside nicely, and he finds Barella, who skips through the gap nicely. Barella, it's a good save, but it's come right back to Christian Eriksen, and we've pulled one back here. It's 3-2. On 66 minutes, all of a sudden goals are flying in everywhere. It's a really good save. And then Eriksen's going to volley this home. And they think it's some extravagant volley, so we're going to get this wild angle. I do like that angle, but maybe not for that. It's a good finish to hit that first time, of course, but, you know, Barella forcing the save. Save just falls to Christian Eriksen unmarked into an empty net. And we've got 23 minutes here. We need another. Nicely played. Here's Sensi holding off the man as he comes forward. It's good football here. And Martinez, can he get it through? He can, and Eriksen's in on goal here. And Eriksen cuts back nicely. Brilliant from Eriksen. It's a great finish as well, and we've leveled this game. This game has turned right around quickly. 2 goals from Eriksen in 4 minutes, and we're level at 3. What a game we have here. It looked like Lazio, you know, might power themselves away from this after their 3rd goal, but we've scored 2 quickly. That's a good finish from Eriksen there to go near post after he cuts inside. Give the goalkeeper the eyes. He can't quite get out there in time. It's 3-3, and there's still 20 minutes to go here. Can we grab a 4th? Coming forward here. Plenty of space here for the Lazio man. That's a great save from Andanovic. You worry anytime a shot seems to be coming in. As Aouar comes on for Alberto, that is a really good signing. Comes back. Aouar on it. He cuts back inside nicely. And he scores because I couldn't switch on to the right guy and step up in front of that. And Aouar, who's here at Lazio, has grabbed them a 4th. I cannot believe I couldn't switch on to that. He's cut back in there. I tried to switch to that center back who's just standing there. I hate that so much. I understand the AI wants to protect its spot, but oh, he surely should be going for that. And again, that just goes past Antanovic's hand. And Aouar comes in, and with his first couple of touches, gives Lazio a lead again. 77 minutes gone here, and it's 4-3 to Lazio. Coming forward, Lazio, as they look to put the nail in the coffin. It's a great block, but it gets really unlucky. And it falls to a Lazio man who plays through the empty player. It's Caicedo, I assume it is. It's 5-3, and that's it. After we pulled it back to 3-3, you wondered if we could find a winner. And we've given up 2 since. This is a really good tackle here. And it just happens to fall back to Gertz, who just lays it off to Caicedo in empty space. Unlucky on our end. And Handanovic doesn't spread himself. Can't get to it. This is a tough loss. 5 goals we've conceded here. Not good. And with a minute and a half to go, we really don't have time for 2 goals, do we? As Sensi races forward. Cut off. Not enough space. See, this is kind of where, if we're not patient, it kind of becomes an issue. The formation. If we're not patient. We have no problem playing patient, but we're chasing there. We'd have to switch the formation around just to get going forward, and it just wasn't working. But not good enough on our end, as Lazio put 5 past us. And that puts us in an awkward spot because we have to sim the Sampdoria game away from home, I believe, with a backup squad. As we drop down to 5th. And we can't really do anything about this game. I worry about where this can go. We are going to need to create a second team sheet. And see if this can do something for us. Enter B. And see what we can create here. So we'll get Ishak on, Esposito, Isaac. Remember, it's Isaac. Politano can play, and then Gagliardini and Vicino. Ferro can play here. Bastoni and Ranocchia. Then Baraghi can play, and Lazaro can play. And that's probably going to be the backup squad. And then we can bring some other players onto the bench so the big dogs don't get too tired. Candreva. Guemi can come onto the bench too for Barella. Barella's important. So that's probably going to be the second team. We'll see if they can do the business against Sampdoria on the road. But we've got Barcelona coming up after that. And that is important. Of course, let's see, sim match. Ooh, I did not change it. They've had a really bad start to the season. There we go. B team. Almost went with the A team. Alright, let's see. They haven't scored a goal in a while. We beat them 2-0. That's good. Isaac with the penalty and Politano with the goal. So that's a good result. That is a good result. But let's jump into this. Barcelona here. We drew with Prague to start, which is not where we want to be. So we're going to have to get results against these big teams. And hopefully we can get something here against Barcelona. And, you know, put ourselves in a better position in the group. We'll have to see. But let's jump forward. Barcelona. Why is Atal so tired? Atal, he must have come off the bench. Because he wasn't playing. Yeah, he must have come off the bench, but he's good. He's good for the game. So let's jump into it. Away at the Camp Nou. Barcelona Inter, a massive game. Let's go. Or from Messi. Nicely done. And out wide is Atal. All alone out here. And he's going to get away from PK Atal. And Atal, can he swing it back into space? He can. Oh, what a massive, massive block there. Looked like Lautaro's going to have a tap in. But he's gotten in the way of that. Very nicely done. Barella. Can we get it out wide? We can. Here's Brozovic. Can we play this back down? We can. And here's Martinez. And Martinez does well. And Martinez is going to go for goal. It's a great save. And then is headed away by PK. It's good football. We're 40 minutes on the clock here. There isn't a lot in terms of opportunities. This game is very tense and very, very tight so far. Good football. Here's Suarez trying to find something here. And he's been stepped off of, and he goes for goal. This is what happens when you step off these players on this difficulty. It's 1-0 to Barca out of nothing, really. He was just skipping forward there. And then that player in midfield stepped off. We switched on, moved him away too far before we could get back. And Suarez gives them a lead out of nothing, really. And that is such a shame. That's such a poor goal to concede, especially the way we were just not stepping up. That's all I ask. Step up. Didn't happen. And just before halftime, they've taken the lead. Nice tackle there by Brozovic. Now can we spring from this? Brozovic skips forward. Lukaku is making the run. The ball probably wasn't that great as that gets out wide eventually to Atal. It's nicely done, and Atal's in on goal. Atal's going to go for it. It's blocked away off the line. It's clipped back in, and oh, we saved that. He's hit it right at him. He's just dove in. Oh, no way. Ter Stegen's just hoping to get there, and he just hits him in the chest. He had the rest of the goal open for him and couldn't put it in the back of the net. Oh, what an opportunity that is. Nicely done. It's good football, and there's Suarez. He's finished it. As soon as I made a sub, again out of nothing from Barcelona, who have done very little today. But Suarez with 2 great goals. There's just too much space. The 1-2s are so deadly. And they once again drag that middle center back out and make that diagonal run. It's difficult to deal with. And that not being stopped. It's a brilliant finish into that corner. And our Champions League group is not going too well, is it? After 2 games, it looks like we might end up with just the 1 point. And with Dortmund to come. A minute to go, and we are being well outclassed here by Barcelona. It seems that they've just gotten a... Oh, no way we didn't get that header. Messi won that header over whoever that is there. I'm going to have to check who it is. And then he's just won that header, and it's 3-0. Outclassed in the end, really. This goes up in the air. I don't know who 23 is, but Messi beats him in the air. Dreadful. It's 3-0. Messi with the goal. Outclassed. It seemed that they just set their team up to counter ours. It's very difficult to deal with today. Every time we got the ball to one of our strikers, the center back kind of pushed up on him, and then the midfielder closed in as well, and we didn't really have anybody on us, and it was almost tailor-made to our formation, and they beat us in the end rather easily. They scored with all 3 of their shots on target, which is great. Dortmund beat Slavia Prague as well. So that puts us on 1, Slavia Prague on 1, Dortmund on 3, and Barca on 6. Just not good. Not good all around. And we're going to have to do a lot still to get out of this group, and that draw with Slavia Prague is going to loom large. We're going to need at least 4 from Dortmund, and then we're going to need Barca to do us a favor against Dortmund as well, really, or we're going to have to beat Barcelona next time around. It's going to be very, very tough, isn't it? Let's take a look at our schedule. At the moment, as you can see, we are down. After 1 loss, we dropped down to 5th. Napoli have played an extra game, but 6th really. And we've got Juventus to come, so that's going to be a big game. Let's take a look at the calendar. Next episode, Juventus, and then Sassuolo, Dortmund, and Parma. We're probably going to sim Parma, and then play Dortmund, Sassuolo, and Juve. Let's take a look at the table to see. Well, Sassuolo and Parma are kind of on the same level. We'll see. We may change it. Sassuolo tend to give me problems, though, when it comes to FIFA. So we're probably going to roll with them, really. But that is going to be the end of this episode, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.